Well, I'm sorry. I'm too busy watching more important, entertaining things like Insidious, The Red Door.
There it is.
Mint, did you see this one?
I have not. I don't have a
Okay.
car to go to a cinema.
Oh,
Okay.
it got really personal fast. Sorry.
Well, we have movie theaters in America, so you'd be driving very far to go to a cinema. Maybe you can get some quarters.
Cineplex.
Maybe you can get some quarters and watch a Nickelodeon while you're at it.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Okay. Did the rest of us see this?
Unfortunately.
Gil,
No.
you didn't see it either? Well,
There's
did you
no
see-
drive-ins near me, so I couldn't.
Well, good
Gil,
luck
did
growing
you-
an audience on YouTube, not seeing movies, Gil.
Yeah. Gil, did you see the first two Insidious movies?
No. My plan was to try and watch them before this, but
Okay.
I didn't.
Well, before we go down the list, I just want to make it clear. I don't like these movies at all. Like,
Wow.
I hated the first one.
Wow.
That movie was hyped up for me. And I watched it and I'm like, it's just jump scares and a Darth Maul goat guy.
Yeah,
This
the
is-
Darth Maul thing was.
Yeah.
Why? What were they thinking with that?
I'm going to circle back to that with this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like it. It felt like a remake of Poltergeist. It hit like similar story beats. It was a less interesting remake of Poltergeist with horrible jump scares. And then they did a second one, and I think Trisha made me watch it when that came out. And I was like, wow, that was also bad. And speaking of Trisha again, I had to go see the third one in theaters with her. And that one I think might have actually been the best one that I saw. For some reason, it was one I hated the least. And then I stopped watching them. And then right before this, I watched Insidious, Insidious 4, The Last Key, which I called Insidious Bore, The Last Key.
Insidious
And then
Snore would have worked too.
Yeah. By the way, the sequels decided, even though she died, they were going to be prequels to Lynn Shay's character and her nerdy sidekicks, one of which is the writer of the film and director of one of them. And I hated all those characters in the first two. So when the sequels decided to focus on them, I was like, oh, this is really annoying. But this one, Insidious, The Red Door, has circled back. This is technically part 3 in the story, I guess.
Mhm.
It's bringing back the original characters. It's going to bring back the Darth Maul demon. And I saw Insidious, The Red Door with Kit Osborne and Crystal. And I think when I walked out of the theater, I said more like Insidious, The Red Snore, because this movie was
Got
also boring.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I also, Crystal, when we get to you, I want to talk about our theater experience because we had something that really enhanced our theater experience. Joey, what did you think of Insidious 5, The Red Door?
Yeah, did not enjoy. I'm also with you. I don't like the Insidious movies.
No.
I did like the
Ah!
inclusion. of-
See that was an Insidious jump scare, by the way. Did that scare?
me. Yeah, I literally pissed and my cat ran away. Let me clean up my pee here. I liked the inclusion of the old characters to show how the time has passed, and like I think they did a nice job like showing how Dalton can understand what's going on now. I will say though, this might be a hot take. I like the glow up of the red faced demon guy.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
you.
still
I
pretty
agree with
fucking
you.
creepy. And it is. I
There he
just
is.
love to look at him. Look at that. That's
It's
fucking
better.
spooky, dude.
Hell,
better.
it's stupid. I don't know what
What?
you guys are talking
It's better
about.
than the Darth Maul from the first one. It's
Yeah.
better than that. It's still
like
terrible.
It's just
cheesy.
upgraded Darth Maul. That's it.
Yeah, it's still bad, but it's better.
So you didn't like it, Joey?
Nope, I did not. Did
How
not
about
enjoy
you,
it.
Adam? I'm sure you walked out of this theater. You probably had a lovely date night, and you said that was the best horror film I've ever seen, right?
Funny enough, I did go with my wife, who doesn't really go to movies ever, but scary movies she's into, even though she doesn't watch half the time. Hey, can you, just as a side, can you go back to the previous screen with the Insidious logo? This might sound really stupid, and please make fun of me if it is, but I never understood why the S and the I are red. Is there a reason for that? In
I
Insidious?
actually didn't notice that.
I was wondering the same thing. I was like, C red.
C.
I don't
Yes.
SI. I don't get the. I don't get it.
it's for the Spanish. This will play. This is a good double feature with Bird Box Barcelona. It's actually in Yes Diaz.
Yes,
I
yes.
have no idea why the S and I is red. I have no idea.
Okay, good. It was kind of bothering me for a while, and I had like all these charts and rubber bands going to different things, and I'm like, why is it red? I don't get it.
You know what? Share your opinion on the film. I'm going to see if I could Google it and figure that
Yeah,
out.
please do.
Wait,
It's Paramount.
Reading here that the tagline for the first movie was "Insidious is insidious." So the SI
Is backwards
is.
I don't
Why
know
are they
if that-
still doing
I
it
don't know
for
if
the
that
sequels?
works. Yeah, I don't know if that works at all.
I don't know. Someone else is theorizing that "psi" rhymes with "die." That's very scary.
I have here the number
But
one.
DI is right after. They could have just done the DI is red.
Here, you know what? Reddit, I'm sure will have the answer.
Oh god.
Someone is asking, I've never seen the movies, and every time you see ads, I'm thinking, what's up with that? And the first response is, "Sí, senor."
Yeah,
So,
everybody knows. Some jackass in the graphic arts department made it red, and they're like, "We're going with this. I don't know why. It's brilliant. We're going with it."
There's
I have
another.
a theory.
Oh, Mid Sal's gonna definitely
Okay,
figure this one
here's
out.
my
Let me
theory.
set aside 5 minutes for this.
Okay, here's my theory. So
Mids, that was a
take
joke.
this-
Don't go on
let's
for
take
5
this
minutes.
poster. Take this poster, hang it up in these movie theaters. In Spanish-speaking countries, it says "C" to subliminally tell the moviegoers you must watch this movie. And yes, you must watch. This is a yes movie. You'll like this movie. Yes.
Oh, it's a yes movie. Okay. I think we figured it out. Figured it out.
It's a marketing ploy.
Perfectly
So-
stated.
Mint, how did you come so smart? You're just the smartest person I know.
Autism.
So, Adam, how did you
Yeah.
feel about the movie again?
Well,
Sorry, we got
my
sidetracked.
like I said, I took my wife. We haven't been to a movie together in a long time, and we're getting a divorce now, so it didn't go well. The movie didn't hit right. We fought after. No, we both hated it. She hated it more than I did. Fun fact: I thought this was the direct sequel to the first one. I had no idea there was 4 others or 3 others in between. But it actually doesn't matter because this kind of does feel like a sequel to the first. Like all this stuff in between is just kind of shenanigans of prequels and whatever other shit they did. It's just boring. It's
They
just really boring.
They barely touched on the prequel stuff. They really minimized Lin Shaye and those 2 other guys. The 2 other guys are, I mean, one's still writing the movie, but he was relegated to just a cameo.
Yeah.
So Crystal, we saw this together.
We did.
And if you're going to see a horror movie with jump scares, I think we could both recommend seeing it with Kit Osborne, who even though he is a professional wrestler who does all this violent stuff, he literally like shatters glass on people and gets glass shattered on him. He hits people with weed whackers. He's like this tough, cool guy. He jumped like a little girl
Every time.
Every jump scare, Kid Osborne would go, "Oh my god!" and it kept cracking us up the entire film.
Totally worth it.
Now, Crystal, I think you actually like these movies, right?
I do. I find them entertaining. I don't think that they're good horror movies at all whatsoever. They're more on the comforting side where they take you through a journey and you get a decent story of some demons. I like that they're all pretty different. I just like it. I just find it like a comforting horror movie. But
So,
this,
Crystal,
go ahead.
Is it common that like nobody dies in these movies at all?
Yeah, actually, the first one, I think only one person legit dies.
Okay, because I just thought that was
Yeah.
like different. I thought, okay, well,
Yeah.
no one died. That's fun.
I think
No.
the third one guy dies.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
There's not a lot of killing in these.
Yeah.
They're more ghosts than being haunted.
That's
so.
what it is. A lot of it is more of the previous deaths and then making sure that their bodies aren't taken over by previous spirits or by spirits that are dead,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
This one sucks. Horrible. Absolutely the worst. I was very angry. I pulled a Tony Ghostbuster move at the end of the.
Oh, yeah.
There were only 2 other people in the back of the theater, and I'm pretty sure they were just there to make out and suck dick. That is it. So it's true. So I get up and I'm just pissed. I'm pissed. It was nothing but flashbacks. The entire fucking thing. I was like, that's all it was just memories and memories and memories. And let's get the dad and the son who hate each other now. Let's get them back to like each other.
It was a lot of it was a lot of flashbacks to the first two films, but I'm someone who hated those movies. So I'm like, oh, good. I'm watching the two movies I don't like again.
Hey, but Dalton knows his way around the charcoal. I mean, come on.
He does.
Come on.
He's a fantastic
Can we talk about how ridiculous? So
the art porn was really good in this. Like lots of close-ups and chalk and shit going everywhere.
I didn't know someone could have the power to just all of a sudden manipulate everything through a fucking painting. When did that happen?
At the end of Insidious 2, which thank God the movie did remind me of this because I've forgotten all of that movie. They get hypnotized and erase their memory. And what do you know it, Gil? This is going to sound like the most amazing thing. In his first year of college, his art teacher tries to get everyone in the mood for art, and she counts backwards from 10 and accidentally hypnotizes him and brings back his memories of the evil place, allowing Darth Maul to once again haunt him. Can you believe it?
And the art teacher, that actress is a buzzkill in every movie she's in. I'm not a fan of her.
And then I will say this is Patrick. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, is this the first time in, 10 years that they've heard the countdown from 10 to 0? The first time in 10 years? Both at the same time?
Wait, listen.
Same exact time.
They mentioned that the dad is he's gotten a divorce and everything since then because he was having problems remembering. Do you think it's because every New Year's Eve he's watching the ball drop and he gets more and more hypnotized? And he's like, oh, where are my keys? How did my dad die? I will say I still hate the jump scares. These movies are literally just waiting for the jump scares, which doesn't help when the rest of the movie's boring because I'm like, I don't even care when the jump scare happens unless I'm with Kit Osborne because then that's funny.
They weren't even good jump scares, though.
They've never been, Crystal. They've never been good jump scares. I did like some of the subtle stuff, though, like the ghost of his dad in the very beginning coming up to the car door. There's no audio or anything.
But they don't play on it. That's all it is. Yeah, sure, it's there.
They could have done way more with it, but I appreciated that. Now, this is Patrick Wilson. He is starring in it, but it's also the first one he's directed.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lee Wannell, or however you pronounce his name, is still writing it like he always has. I mean, I guess it's shot competently, but it's just very, very dull. And again, the weirdest thing with this franchise is they hyped this son of a bitch up so much in the first movie. And then he's not around in the second one. He has a cameo in the third one and a small cameo that's just archival footage in the fourth one. This was his big return. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, he's probably going to be very present. He's probably going to have a backstory because he's clearly not all of them are humans, really, but he's clearly not a human. He has a tail and goat legs. I'm like, all right, maybe they're going to try finally figure out who this demon is. Nope. He's just back until he's not. That's it. That's literally it.
I know he's in the corner just drinking some tea. He's like, hey, I'm in this.
Yeah, they show him peeling his skin, and you can see he's been keeping tabs on the kid. And all right, here we go. And then he just kind of leaves the movie until the very end, and his mouth gets big for a little bit.
I mean, Crystal nailed it when she said there were some decent setups, but there was zero payoff in this film. That CAT scan sequence too had good atmosphere. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna go down now, and then it's just done. Just done.
Yeah, it was almost as good as the CAT scan sequence in the film we all love, Venom, starring Tom Hardy.
Cinematic masterpiece.
How do you top that, really? So all the hype to bring him back and finally pick up where 2 left off and enough with the prequels, and it was just this kid's got an annoying roommate and he's going to astral project for a bit. And that's the movie.
Yeah.
That's it. It was a bummer of a movie. And like I said, Crystal did go on a rant afterwards. And if people are still making fun of me for my Ghostbusters Afterlife rant, I expect you all to tease her for years to come.
You did it at a full movie, at a filled movie theater, yelling at everyone there.
No, it's more embarrassing you did it at an empty one.
Because I was talking to you two. I didn't talk to the whole theater. I did it because they're too busy doing things in the back. I wasn't talking to them. What do you want?
If you like the Insidious films, especially the first two, well, maybe you'll think it's interesting, but you're just gonna be rewatching scenes from the first two. If you like the franchise overall, this is definitely one of the weaker ones.
Oof.
This is probably the weakest, although Last Key was super forgettable.
Can I throw out a recommendation of a film I
Yeah.
just watched earlier today? Actually, it was recommended to me. 2016's The Wailing, foreign film, really freaking good. It's about demons. It's long. It's 2.5 hours long, but it's a really good flick. I highly suggest it.
Oh shit! This is it's like an Asian film, right?
Yeah, it is. Yep. It's you have to read, which of course we know I don't like doing, but I did read the 2.5 hour movie. It's got kind of a Parasite style direction to it, and the host, that kind of look and feel. Really good though.
For real, you just awoken you've woken something inside me. I heard a lot of good things about this, much like Dalton being hypnotized and remembering Insidious 1 and 2. I'm now remembering that I heard really good things and I wanted to see this, and then I forgot. So thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll draw you a picture and then you can really remember.
I can't believe he was hypnotized by his art teacher. Anyway, but real quick, when she was criticizing all the people's like art, that did make me flashback to an art class I had where my teacher just didn't like any of my shit.
Wow.
She didn't like it. We all had our things in a row and she was going to critique them, and I was like the first one, and she went, we'll circle back to this. And she it's probably where I got that phrase from. And she went through everyone else. And then she went back to me and just ripped me apart. So that was a little relatable.